Welcome to Who Knows? So today I'm going to talk about how I become a doctor in China. I think first maybe I should say why I want to be a doctor. Because when I just finished the high school, when I reached 18 years old, we need to sign a paper to choose what kind of a study you want. That is mean one kind of a career you want to have at the future, right? And I really hope I can have some fancy story or the touching story to tell your guys. But actually the reason why I would choose to become a doctor is because my father wanted to be. I think maybe this quite common thing is when a Chinese kid, when they, reach the age about 18 years old. I think most of us not really know what we want to be, and also for me. So my father do ask me, so what you want to study in the college, and what kind of a career you want to have in the future. I don't know, it doesn't matter, just you help me fill that up. So my father just helped me write a lot of auction. And I think we both think it's quite funny because on my paper, on my list, full of really a lot of different auction, not just doctor, and also teacher, and farmer, and fashion. And I don't remember, just all the auction is different. So, so at that point, I don't really know what I will become. But when I, finished the test for that Gaokao, we talk about Gaokao, it means just the most important test for Chinese kid is a Gaokao. So after I finished that test, so I already know my point. We need to use that point to see what option we can reach. Because I may have not enough point to reach that school, so I get to choose another lower option. So my choice at that time is really just perfect to be in the medical college. So when I start to have my study in the medical college, because my degree is a bachelor degree, so it means have to take 5 years study. And actually this 5 years study is 4 years in a school to learning, the basis from the book. And the last year, it's mean the 5 year, we will be the intern in the hospital. And then after this 5 year study, we need to pass the test, of course. Then we say official graduate from the school. And then we need to find a job in hospital for sure. When we just stop to work in hospital, doesn't mean we are the real doctor immediately. We have to go through some internship doctor training first, which just means that costs another 3 years. And then in this 3 years, we need to go through all the different departments. Because I'm a GP, so my 3 year training, most of them is internal medicine. And also including something else like the CDC or the mental health, some small part. So during that 3 year training, actually after the first year training, we need to pass the most important test in our whole career. It's called medical licensing test. We call this a 执业医师考试. It means you need to get a license to be a doctor first. And actually that test is quite difficult. Only 20 to 30% people can pass. So if you fail, it means you have to spend another year and then have to try it again. So luckily I passed my test at the first year. So I can keep training and finish my 3 year resident training. Then I have to pass another, this resident training test. So after I passed the test, doesn't mean I already can be an independent doctor in the hospital, because of course the hospital will require us to finish that another 2-year training, which just means during that time all my decision I have to ask my supervisor to make sure I make the right decision. And then after that, the 3-year training, I still have to pass this resident doctor test. And after that test, I finally can be independent by my own self, which means I can, write a prescription and make my own decision for the patient. So it means the minimum to become a doctor in China, it means 8 years for the minimum. That's it. And I want to add one more thing in the end is because I have a short-term training in Melbourne, the Monash University, which we learn like how the doctor can become a GP. Maybe how the people can become a doctor or GP in Australia. So one thing is quite interesting for us to know. It's when the people they finish the high school, before they want to be a doctor, they need to pass one special test. It's kind of like personality or character test, which means they need to make sure you are the right person or the right character to be a doctor. So they require you have to be, like care about people or care about all the life in the world, and the purpose you want to be a doctor, not just money, that kind of thing, which is we don't have in China. So I do think that's quite necessary. So I hope at the future, maybe China will have that too. And that's all. I hope you learned something. See you next time.